but I'm joined on the line by Michelle Elman. She is the person behind the Mindset for Life Instagram page and this post, one of her most recent posts about the stereotype of being the fat friend. Michelle, you're welcome to Spin. Thank you for your time.
Hi, thanks so much for having me on.
Michelle, I mentioned a little earlier that, your body is something that you've grown to love because you started off involved with this campaign. You created this campaign, Scarred, Not Scared. And you love your own body because it's been through a lot.
Yes, I started Scarred, Not Scared because I've had 15 surgeries from a brain tumour, a punctured intestine, obstructed bowel, a cyst in my brain. And I have a condition called hydrocephalus. So I have a lot of scars that adorn my abdomen. And I started that campaign to start talking about it because even in the body positive space on Instagram, everyone was talking about their fat, but no one was talking about scars.
Okay, and that's a really interesting conversation, and I think, one worth getting into again, maybe, because there are so many people with scars and can be embarrassed by them or ashamed of them. But more recently, you've started focusing on kind of your place in your group of friends and this stereotype of the fat friend. Talk to me a bit about that.
So I was on holiday. I had planned a spontaneous holiday last week, went to Norway with my friends, and one of the guys in the group were like, oh, let's go jump in the lake, or they call it a ford there. And they were like, let's go jump in the ford. And I was like, yeah, sure, let's go. And I whipped off my top, my friends whipped off their top, and we went to go take a picture of right before we jumped in. We took a video of us jumping in. And it was absolutely freezing. And when I came out, because I'm a body positive Instagrammer, I mentioned to my friends, oh, I think I might put this up. But I was just wondering, and she's a lot smaller than I am, would you have second guessed doing that a few years ago when you were a teenager and when you're more insecure? And she was like, there is no way in hell I would have done that 2 years ago, even 3 years ago. And I was like, well, that's funny because I would have, and I was still the fat friend back then. And so I started thinking about it, and that's where the post came from, was that I was like, even though stereotypically I should be the one who wouldn't join in on these activities, I would have always joined in on these activities, whereas people who have supposed body goals wouldn't. And so I think we really need to knock this stereotype because it's not true and not accurate in any way.
And why do you think this stereotype of the fat friend, or the fat girl in the group, why do you think that exists, Michelle?
I think it mainly started from TV shows, and even on all these TV shows and movies, it kind of shows the fat friend as the funny one, or the one who never has the boyfriend, or the one sitting there with a cup of ice cream. They don't actually show fat people living their life. Fat people do fall in love. Fat people do have sex. Fat people do go and jump in lakes in their bra and underwear and not care. And I just think we keep playing into the stereotype. And instead of, what's brilliant about Instagram at the moment is that, especially in the body positive space, we're showing that we are real people with real lives who live full lives. And we don't let our bodies be the reason to stop doing something.
And Michelle, a point that you make in the post, and it's one that we have up on our Facebook page today, is about the friends that might make you feel like you're the fat friend in the group and that is your place forever. What's your message to people who might feel that their friends are perhaps holding them back or like the fact that they're the fat one in the group?
Well, so I have had that experience where they liked the fact that I was the fat friend and often put me down, and it was in a moment where we liked the same guy and the guy liked me and not her that I finally discovered that, oh wait, you see me as the fat friend. And it's when in those moments you realise they're not really friends at all, because if they're keeping you around to boost their self-esteem and compare themselves to you, then not only is it a reflection of their insecurities, but also they're not a friend at all, because you don't keep your friends around to boost your ego, you keep your friends around to support and love them.
Mm-hmm. And I'm quite conscious today, Michelle, asking people, like I've been saying, how important is it that your friends support you? That might be if you're on a bit of a weight loss journey or you're on a fitness journey, but it also might just be your friends supporting you as you embrace and love who you are. Like, you don't have to be trying to lose weight.
Exactly, and I'm not trying to lose weight. My weight gain started at 11 years old after I came out of 5 of my most major surgeries. And I was bedridden for 6 months. eat for 6 months and you're going to get fat. And it just made me so sad that I was finally able to walk after 6 months, and the main concern that me and all my friends had was that I was going to gain weight. And I was like, in the context of everything, I'm healthy, I'm out of hospital. That's the priority, not my weight or my appearance.
Yeah, we have an absolute obsession with the word fat and gaining weight, and it can be very frustrating for an awful lot of people. But Michelle, it's a great Instagram page. I'd really encourage people to follow you. It's Mindset for Life. Michelle Elman, thank you so much for your time on Spin Talk today.
Thank you so much.
Lovely to have you. Michelle, you know, it has a great message, and it's a great point she makes. It's like, she's like, I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm quite happy with who I am. But this whole stereotype of being the fat friend is something that has just got to go. So